How many cups of coffee do you drink each day? Is more coffee always better? Considering health factors, how much coffee do you actually need daily? Welcome to PapTips. Today we'll try to answer these questions. If you find our video helpful, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Our motto is little tips, big differences. For many, coffee is more than just a beverage. It's the start of every morning, a moment of tranquility amidst a busy day, and a medium for social interaction. To understand this fascinating drink, let's begin with its main ingredient, caffeine. Caffeine is a common natural stimulant for the central nervous system, which is why it keeps our minds alert. As we stay awake, a chemical called adenosine gradually accumulates in the brain. Adenosine can bind to certain receptors in the brain, making us feel tired and promoting sleep. Caffeine's mechanism of action plays a role here. Its chemical structure is similar to adenosine, allowing it to competitively bind to these receptors in the brain, but without activating them. Thus, caffeine essentially blocks the fatigue caused by adenosine, keeping us awake and alert. Additionally, caffeine increases the activity of certain neurotransmitters like dopamine, which are linked to improved mood and mental state. So after drinking coffee, we may not only feel more awake, but also happier and more active. So how much coffee should we drink daily to stay energetic throughout the day? This brings us to the metabolic cycle of caffeine. The metabolism of caffeine can vary based on individual metabolic rates, age, liver health, pregnancy status, and smoking habits. Generally, caffeine's half-life is about 3 to 5 hours, meaning its concentration decreases by half in the body after 3 to 5 hours. Therefore, if 1 cup of coffee keeps you alert, your next cup should ideally be at least 3 hours later for the best effect. Ideally, limit daily caffeine intake to between 200 and 400 milligrams, typically equivalent to 2 to 3 cups of coffee. However, individual differences are significant, and everyone should adjust their intake based on their own tolerance and response. If you're a passionate coffee lover who drinks a lot of coffee daily, be aware that excessive coffee won't positively impact your energy levels, but may bring some negative effects. Side effect 1. Addiction. Caffeine is an addictive substance. With repeated large intakes of caffeine, our brains gradually adapt to this stimulus, requiring more caffeine to achieve the same effect. This can lead to a dependence on caffeine, making it hard to quit. Withdrawal symptoms, such as headaches, fatigue, and anxiety, may appear when we try to reduce caffeine intake. Side effect 2. Sleep disruption. Excessive caffeine intake, especially in the afternoon and evening, can severely affect our sleep. Caffeine can disrupt our biological clock, leading to difficulty falling asleep and reduced sleep quality. This may lead to long-term sleep issues like insomnia, further impacting our health and energy. Side effect 3. Potential calories. Caffeine itself is calorie-free, but sources of caffeine like coffee, tea, and energy drinks are often consumed with high sugar and high-fat additives. Overindulging in sugary or high-calorie caffeinated beverages can lead to extra calorie intake, increasing the risk of obesity and related diseases. Side effect 4. Impact on other health conditions. Excessive caffeine intake is linked to certain health issues. It can increase the risk of cardiovascular problems, such as high blood pressure and arrhythmias. Moreover, excessive caffeine intake may negatively affect bone health, increasing the risk of fractures. By now, our smart viewers should have gained ample understanding of coffee and caffeine, as well as how to consume coffee more wisely. As usual, here are 5 helpful tips. Tip 1. Moderation. As discussed earlier, if you use coffee to stay energized, drinking too much won't be effective. Try spacing your coffee cups at least 3 hours apart, limiting to no more than 3 cups a day to see if it's enough to keep you energized. Tip 2. Timing of coffee consumption. Adjust the timing of your coffee intake according to your biological clock and dietary habits. For instance, if you tend to feel sleepy after lunch, have a cup then to ensure energy for the afternoon. Try not to drink coffee 3-5 hours before bedtime. Tip 3. Be cautious of calorie intake. If you're cutting fat or controlling sugar intake, be particularly mindful of the sugar and milk often added to many coffee preparations. Pay attention to the calories that come with your coffee. If this is a concern, opt for plain coffee without sugar or milk. Tip 4. Avoid addiction. If you find yourself overly dependent on coffee, even experiencing noticeable withdrawal symptoms like headaches, fatigue and anxiety when not drinking coffee for a while, consider reducing your coffee intake or finding alternatives to gradually adapt to lower caffeine levels. If withdrawal symptoms are intense, seeking medical advice may be necessary. Tip 5. Special populations. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should avoid coffee, as should individuals with high blood pressure, arrhythmia, sleep disorders, or those taking certain medications. Consult a doctor before consuming coffee. That's all for this video. If you have experiences or insights about coffee, please share them in the comments section. Thank you for watching. If you find this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to bring you useful tips, and our motto is little tips, big differences. See you in the next video.